Watch Congressman Robert Garcia destroy Trump with his own pass.
The army that defeated Hitler and saved the world included drag queens. Ronald Reagan started a movie called This Is the Army, a movie about World War II that featured 4 drag performances. And he's not the only Republican president who knew that drag can be fun and sometimes silly.
Wow. Somehow Rudy Giuliani looked better back then. I wonder if Marjorie Taylor Greene will go after Trump for hanging out with drag queens.
Last couple of decades, Republicans shut their mouths. Yep. We did. We shut our mouths and we said, okay, we'll tolerate that. Yep. Okay, we won't judge that. Okay, we'll allow you to do that. And we said yes and okay and yes and okay and yes and okay, to the point that now we have drag queen story time in our schools.
I guess not. In fact, these Republicans have pushed nothing but spineless legislation that's based on prejudice.
Started the debate by joining Congressman Thomas Massie in supporting an amendment to the bill to abolish the federal Department of Education. Our public schools should have local control, not a centralized federal government pushing curriculum that sways way far away from reading, writing, and arithmetic. 161 Republicans voted to get rid of the Department of Education. But we still had 60 Republicans join every Democrat to defeat that amendment. The unfortunate reality is that our federal government is going to continue to have a big say on pushing drag shows, gender ideology, critical race theory, and all this other woke BS.
In fact, what are these people even talking about? Are drag queens taking over?
We've had enough with drag queen shows in elementary schools and middle schools and high schools. We've had enough of drag queens gyrating in front of children in the public square. These groomers and child predators must be stopped, because they're sexualizing children for profit in a multi-billion-dollar medical industry that looks to grow and grow. Something must be done to protect the sacred identity of children, because God made children. God made all of us, male and female. In his image, he made us. And God doesn't make mistakes. I urge every single Republican and members of Congress to co-sponsor my bill, and we must get it passed. This isn't just a Republican issue. This is an issue across the board. All voters agree.
In his image, he made us, and God doesn't make mistakes. Okay, what's going on here? First of all, anytime somebody starts quoting God and says, God did this, God did that, God told me this, God told me that, it means that I'm a total bigot, I'm closed-minded, there's no way but my way. My way or the highway. When I say God told me that only bald people need to run this country, that's me saying I am right, you are wrong. So when she starts saying God this, God that, it's all a bunch of crap. What's going on? Why are Republicans attacking drag queens? Is there really a big drag queen problem in this country? Are drag queens attacking America somehow? Are drag queens affecting elections and overturning elections? What's going on? Are they the new Russians? What's going on? What's going on is they're trying to gaslight. They got nothing better to do. They're going after a minority of people. They're going after the LGBTQ community. They're going after anybody who they can go after that's not a majority. They're doing all this stuff of saying, oh, drag queens and gay people are trying to convert kids to be gay, and drag queens and all. No, you're either gay or you're not gay. You don't convert someone. By the way, the only time anyone's ever tried to convert me to anything is every time I go to a hotel, there is a Bible in the nightstand trying to convert me to be Christian. So if anything, Marjorie Taylor Greene and all the evangelicals are trying to convert you to be like them. Close-minded. What's going on? What's going on is this Republican Congress has accomplished very little, almost zero. They got nothing to show for it. What's going on is they're supporting, for president, a convicted felon. What's going on is they're trying to gaslight America by taking their constituents and saying, look, here's the problem isn't the fact that the rich keep getting richer. The problem isn't the fact that the Koch brothers and Leonard Leo and all these other billionaires are paying for us to advocate for different laws and different things that will benefit the billionaires and will hurt the lesser earning people. No, they don't want you to think about that stuff. What they want you to think about is the fact that there's gay people coming after you, and there's immigrants coming after you, and critical race theories coming after you, and all these cultural wars, the woke culture wars. When in reality, if they're really Christians, if you're really somebody who's a person of God, you learn to accept people. Every one of us probably has someone that we know that is gay. I have relatives in my family. I have friends that are gay. You accept them. That when you say God made us in his image, God doesn't make mistakes, woman, man, all that. No, some people obviously choose to change their gender, their sex. And that you have to respect that. And so what do? They make it seem like these people are out there somehow converting other people. If you go to a drag show, you're going to come out going like, oh, I want to be gay. I want to be a drag queen. No. You ever been to a drag show? I went to one. It's fun. And they're having fun. Doesn't hurt you. Doesn't hurt anybody. You know what hurts you? Billionaires taking your money. Billionaires getting you to donate to their fund for the election and using it for their court cases. Billionaires doing commercials that make you think that it's good for you to vote against your own interests. You don't want health care, right? You don't want health care. Remember Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act? They'd convince their constituents who needed insurance that it was not in their interest. So they were protesting. This is going to lead to communism. Now, a lot of their constituents use the Affordable Care Act to get insurance. The same thing goes for many other things that they get them to vote against their own self-interest. They're saying now, go after immigrants, go after gay people, go after others who are doing nothing to you. If you actually voted for Donald Trump and he deported all the immigrants that he wants to deport 11 million immigrants the first day he said he goes into office. You know what would happen to inflation? Your prices for your groceries would skyrocket. Who's going to pick your strawberries, right? So the same thing goes with this whole war on critical race theory and the whole history of slavery. They said in Florida they don't want you to learn about slavery because it's going to make white kids feel bad. No, it's going to make white kids be like, oh, wow, my great-grandfather was a real a-hole. And now they're doing this with drag queens. Drag queens are coming to your neighborhood and they're going to do something to your kids. I don't know what they're going to do, and you better look out. So it's freaking people out. Oh, gosh, the woke culture is coming after us with their drag queens. No, they're not. This is not happening that often, the drag shows that some kid ends up at. And if there's a drag queen story hour at a library in San Francisco, the parents take their kids there and the kids become open-minded and they love people no matter what their gender, no matter what their sexuality, no matter what their race, no matter what their color. Is that a bad place? No, that's a loving place. That's a place that you would think most Christians or people that pretend to be Christians would actually want. But Marjorie Taylor Greene is here to tell you, no, that God does not make mistakes. Well, he made Marjorie Taylor Greene, so I guess he does make mistakes. I'm comedian Maz Jobrani. I've got a special on YouTube. It's called The Birds and the Bees. Check it out. If you like it, tell your friends. If you don't like it, keep it to yourselves.